Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, it's Lesley Ormsby, and I'm just doing starting on doing the October monthly reads, and I'm starting with Gemini. I'm not going to be going through the list like I used to, or usually do. It's just kind of like worked out that way. I'm getting more of a calling to start with Gemini to get them out of the road, or us out of the way first. There seems to be more of a calling. So as I was like preparing and tuning in and with spirit and with my guides and helpers and who is coming through is actually Mother Mary, and that was really interesting. So some of you may have had something going on in your lives at the moment, and Mother Mary might have come through, or you have prayed to her for some answers or for some help. So I'm just feeling in the back of my neck. So anyway, so some of you may be feeling a bit all over the place. Okay, so these last couple of months, and they're going weeks as well. And then you may have felt like with this moon energy that's on the new moon energy just recently has kind of like may have rattled your cage a little bit. As in because there may have been some resistance in change, adapting to the change, or there may have been, for some of you may have come up against something like confrontation or within change. It's like not just confronting somebody else but yourself, but there's a dual link. There's a link going on there. There's a dual thing going on there, and literally a dual, like as in like how they have a dual with a gun or whatever, usually with a gun. Back in the old days, they used to duel people, each other out for whatever reason, control or status, or getting someone out of the road so they could step in. It's kind of like the feeling of it. So anyway, I'm just going to go back to the beginning, as in like just explaining that my readings for the messages that come through are intuitive readings. They're not tarot readings. I don't use the tarot cards at the moment. It's amazing that that I don't actually, but I have other tools. So anyway, so they're very intuitive. Sorry, I'm just listening at the same time, so I'm getting a little bit distracted. And that may have maybe for you as well. This message is just like you may be finding yourself like being not like distracted, but it's like there's something else that you can hear in the side, on the side there, and you're like it's caught your attention, and so others may think that you're getting distracted, but you're actually like listening for the next step or the next clue, or you'll get the sense be drawn over that way. So it may be that you're not really fully paying attention to whatever is going on in this space. So it kind of, which is not a bad thing, but Spirit are just talking about being mindful of that. So some of you may be feeling a little bit ungrounded at the moment, coming in and not having this, not because you're like, where is it? Where are they going with it? That there's that. Not so much. I don't feel like it's uncertainty as in a way that they're putting it. Like that desperate or that feeling that you need to know. It's just like that uncertainty, as in like how this may go or that may go. But there's also like a sense of calmness in a way. So it's like you were like in this observant space where you're in observatory mode. Okay, and you're just watching everything go. And there's some things that you can, sometimes we've just got to sit there and wait and not interfere and just watch what happens, and watch the next clue, and then like maybe then, step in and then give it a little tweak and see how that goes. And that could be in any sort of like situation and that you're going through, because sometimes we are just meant to like just sit and be and allow things to unfold as they're meant to be unfolding, because sometimes we can stick our nose in there and we can like knock everything out of like everything out of kilter, and then it's like now you got to, it's almost like, shit, I shouldn't have done that, and now I've got to start again, and where was I up to, and blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of like, and that's how it ends up, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dang. So, and we can make the path a little bit longer than what it could have been. But that is all a learning, isn't it? Okay. So, anyway, going back to the beginning again. So my reads are intuitive. So this, they are timeless as well. So this message may resonate with you. That's with something that happened a couple of months ago. It may, resonate with you in a couple of months, and maybe not all, and not right just now, or just right now. And you may only get like some of it, and like I say, some of it may be coming. So at the moment, that's kind of where I feel that you're at, was what I've just spoken about, or what's just being channeled through, is for a lot of you, and you may be just starting to come out of it for a lot of you. Okay, so the word I'm hearing here is like this, and a card that's fallen out of my Sacred Web deck, is gratitude. And it's like, and that's where they're coming from. There's a sense of this gratitude, like a lot of you are maybe sitting in this space where it's okay, and I'm thankful that this has happened, that has happened, that has happened. However, it's like, it's like sometimes we want to step out of it and and jump over that way and think, and so they're just, and I feel like some of you, even like myself, have been wanting to jump in or go and have a look in there and jiggle it up and try to get something moving, because you're wanting something to move a little bit quicker, but that's just saying no, just leave it, trust, because this is the next card that's fallen out, is trust. Okay, is trust. Okay, and it's like, that's what we need to do, is just trust that the process is unfolding in the way that it needs to unfold. And you will, and this is about, gives you that time to go in and sit there in, in that quiet place and that zen place, and breathe it out and trust the process, because there is a part of you that is, in this trusting process and in this gratitude process to what has got you to this place, is like, it's really goes at another level of trusting that everything's going to be all right. So, and I get that sometimes it's like, we're all having to let go of control in some way, and learning to go with the flow, and knowing when to make our move, to either jump into that flow and jump out of that flow, or to poke something in that flow, to just have a wee look. Is kind of like, well, sometimes we just kind of not just look from the observatory role and not interject too much, because when we do, like I say, that, or like they say, it's like we can, we can alter the time zone and what it needs to flow in. Well, okay. So they've just given me a few ways to say that. So some of you may not have actually got it, or the other way that I'd said that. So you'll notice me repeating it, but saying it slightly different. And that's because there are some of us that don't always get it the way I say it in the first way. So that's all good, because I'm like that too. But okay. So this gratitude and trust, those are the things for this month, okay? And because I do feel like there's a lot of you that have got some sort of project that is really requiring that now. At the moment, that's been some of you, I feel like it's brewing up over the last couple of months, and it's kind of now is things are coming to a fruit and coming to the end, and it's like, shit, I just wish this was over. I just wish this was sorted. I just, and I'm looking forward to this event, that you may have, have planned, that's coming up. Okay, so what Spirit are just saying is just keep going with the flow, and, turning the wheels of motion with yourself and doing whatever it is that you needed to be doing on the sides, and let this event or events or projects, or yeah, just play out, because, and just have trust and do all that stuff in the background that you could be doing to move it along, like, you know, ringing up people, you know, checking on things, and you know, what are they talking about? You're following up, okay, following up with things, and, you know, getting all the other stuff ready for whatever it is that's coming. So that means, like, could be getting yourself ready. It could be meaning decluttering. It could be meaning, like, you know, getting the signs or the paperwork done, you know, and tidying up this, and or opening new bank accounts and closing old bank accounts, or whatever it is, so you can move forward with this next project. It could be meaning that, you know, you do all this other homework, and so when this opportunity arises, because I'm talking about opportunity now, then you're going to be in place. So it's really like listening to your intuition and allowing yourself to go with that flow and trust that process and not resist in it. And you may feel like sometimes you're being blocked, you know, but it's not a block. It's really just, sometimes it's like we need to, the Spirit are telling us that it's time, you know, not to go that way, or just to wait and watch it unfold, and have faith and trust that actually you've got this shit, and you've done all the other work to get there, but it's now doing all the other stuff, like in the background work, and, you know, that needs to be done as well. So it may, yeah, like I said, it may mean, you know, following up with things, and, you know, preparing other things, getting your list sorted out of what is to come, and getting your list sorted out of what is to do to get into that next state, and then state, and then, like they were talking about these projects and things, but I do feel like it's not just about them. There's opportunities and opportunity to, like, clear up this other stuff and open, so you can allow it and feel it in your heart, you know, like coming from a heartfelt space, and really understand that, so you can open up your heart chakra and in a different way, you know, more loving and more fully and more open, not just for everybody else, it's for you. Because when you're in that space, and when we're in that space, and you will have felt that everything flows, but I just feel like, you know, there's a lot, because you're a magician, you know, we're magicians. You know, we all are magicians, but, you know, and there's you've just got sidetracked. That's all it is. That's what Spirit are telling me. That's what they told me, you know, they tell me every now and then with me. It's like when things seemingly aren't going to my plan, it's like, okay, just, you know, get your nose out of it and just carry on and do the other stuff, and let that, because there's other projects like I have in mind as we are with you. So it's getting those ones rolling, but still keeping an eye on this one, or the ones that I've got and you've got, but also getting, you know, the other stuff ready and prepared for it. Okay, so yeah, so that's kind of like where they're going. That's where they're going with that gratitude. So staying in that gratitude space, because everything that you get, that, you know, where you are in your world, it's like, for me, even though I've had some crappy things happen in my life, I'm still grateful for them, because I found a way. I found a solution. I found my way. I'm here now. I'm alive and kicking, and you know, I have beautiful children. I have these amazing grandchildren, and I have all these dogs and pets, and even the ones in the past, you know, and I have these amazing friends, and I've had these amazing learnings, you know, from meeting different people, whatever it is. It's having gratitude even for the smallest thing, that you wake up each morning, and we have food. I have food. I have, you know, blah, blah, blah. So many things, you know, that I'm grateful for. And the guides that I have, some of them are in the background there. I haven't coloured them in, and they'll be very grateful when I do. So will I, because I'll see them in colour. So anyway, the other thing I've got is these crystal cards, and it's something I love crystals, and I do have a selection myself, so they wanted me to bring them forward, but I thought I found these cards, and I thought, oh, these are really nice. So I'm going to draw a crystal card. They're just drawing me to draw a crystal for you, and a crystal for the month. And I'm just shuffling away there. What is a crystal that Gemini could benefit from while they're going on their journey for this month of October 2019. So when I ask for the cards to come out, when I'm shuffling, I'm thinking and I'm chattering away there to them, and before I'm prepping is, for, the guidance and direction for what Gemini or whatever star sign is that they most need to know and could benefit with for the month of whatever. So Labradorite has come through. Okay, and that is a really nice crystal. Now I've just got to find my glasses. And I love that one. I can't even remember. My brain's got a little bit. That's 29. So 2 is connected to relationships. So some of you may be like working with relationships, and the number 9, and maybe in a completion. Okay, completion. And because 2 and 9 is 11, so you're going, and there's a starting and a beginning. You're ending something with some, and it's like, wow, well, yeah, wow. And you're coming into, some of you may be coming into that already, seeing this relationships, how you are with relationships and with people in general, whether it be like, and it not necessarily is like, like you're ending a relationship, or it may be the way that you're ending, the way that you think about relationships with certain people in your life, and for you, in your growth. And it's like there's that thing about, when we switch our perception, or when we take ownership of our own stuff, with these relationships that we have in our life. It could be with, with anything or anyone. Could be with your pet. It could be with, mother, father, sister, brother, relations, husband, partner, spouse, whatever, or whoever. So Labradorite. So for me, that 11 is like, is 2, goes 1 and 2, goes back to relationships again for me. And so there's something coming to an end in that. So we're in a 10 month, we're in a month of 10. So that's about new beginnings as well. Phew. So Labradorite, essential meaning is awakening to the magic within, mystery and synchronicity, and help from unexpected sources. There's actually, okay, I feel like I want to say that, but really it is. It's like, have that crystal around. And the word I'm hearing is magic, from that. And I mentioned it before, like, there's, going back into that feeling of, when things, with some of you, I feel like a little bit stuck with it, manifestations and things like that. So, well, or creating and that. So it's like going into bringing in that feeling of, what it's like when you have felt, that magic, and what it would feel like for you when with that magic. If you have everything there and you've got everything, that's where the gratitude comes in. That's where they're talking about with that. When we're in gratitude, magic starts to really happen and unfold. And when we trust with that process, magic really starts to happen and unfold. Cool. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there with love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement and adventure. And I hope that helps you on your journey through this month. So, yeah. So, like I say, not all of you will be able to take this message, and that's cool. So, thank you. I thank you all for listening, and I'll catch up with you soon.